Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Sifn, coming at you with another video. Today, we are doing a podcast. We don't actually have a name for the podcast, so if you guys want to tell me what that name, that would be really cool. But we're here with Mr. Blue, and you can see his Twitter right there. Go follow him. Before you even do anything, go follow my man at Real Blue TV. I'll leave it down in the description. You can also see it on the video here. Mr. Blue, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Blue, formerly known as Blue Ball, but I've been transitioning into the name Blue to seem a little more professional and user-friendly to the younger crowd. Um, and I've been playing. I played Smite for a while, and then I got out of it as I played Overwatch mostly, and then I got into Paladins, and I fell in love with that game. Started playing it competitively. Played on two teams that finished fourth both times for Valencia and the HRX qualifiers. The HRX that was in January of 2018. And then after that, I decided to head towards the on-air personality, casting, commentating, and analyst side of things for Paladins. And I started Console Corner to try and grow our community on the console Paladins scene.
So, that's a lot there. First of all, before we get anything else, tell them about a little bit about Console Corner. Tell them a little bit what you do, because that's kind of like your main, thing that you promote yourself with, correct?
Yes, it is for right now. So, when I went to HRX, I went to HRX in January, even though my team didn't qualify. And another one of my teammates went as well. Big shout out to him. He's a big supporter of Console Corner. He's donated a lot of money towards it. He helps me behind the scenes with some stuff too, and he sends me a lot of things on the internet, like self-help things and how to tips and tricks from experts in the field and how to brand myself and stuff like that. So it's a big shout out to him. His name's Garcia. We were on a team together, and we didn't qualify for HRX, but we decided to go. And before we went, we planned everything together. I live in Ohio. He comes from California, and we were like trying to watch as much of the VODs as we could to prepare ourselves for the matches, both PC and console. And with console, the only thing we had were the mixer VODs. For each week, they show the streams of the finals, which was then PCS. So you really only got to see a couple teams play. And then we watched all the PC games. Of course, all of those games were streamed, all the PPL games, all the PGS games. We watched as many of those as well because some of those teams were showing up. And then we realized that I Hold Shift, who was a big influence on Console Corner, had a show that he did or a video series that he did on YouTube, and it was called Realm Recap. And I really liked how and what he did with that. He broke down all the stats. He did the analytics. He did in-depth coverage of individual players, teams, their strategies, their compositions, their map picks, stuff like that for the PC teams. And he did PPL and PGS. And you can tell he grinded a lot of VODs. He watched a lot of videos over and over again to be able to analyze to the best he could. And we were at HRX, Garcia and I, and we're like, wow, there's nothing like this for console. And on our way to HRX, I said, I got to do something about that. I gotta make something for console. I have to do a Realm Recap for console, but I can't call it Realm Recap. So I came up with the name Console Corner. Realm Recap is kind of the same letter, RR. So I tried to find something that would fit with console, and something where it would pertain to us. And I realized that, us and any other, besides Call of Duty and the big named games on console like that, console doesn't get much respect. So it's kind of like we're backed into the corner against the world, against everyone else. So I said, okay, if we're backed in the corner, then this is the Console Corner. And that's where the name came from. And then when we went to HRX, I said, okay, so I only get about this many viewers on average in my stream. How am I going to get more people to come to my stream to watch Console Corner? How am I going to get people interested in something that I want to give to them. And the main reason for Console Corner was to promote our competitive scene, help grow our competitive community as well as our casual community as well, because they go hand in hand with each other. So I did what I do best, and that's entertainment. You know, I've been DJing for a while, and the best thing that I do is grab people's attention, because in this day and age, people have short attention spans, so they're going to forget a lot of things that don't impress them, that don't entertain them to a certain extent. Um, so if I were to go to HRX and just meet all the pro players on PC and console and the devs and anybody there, really, especially the people with a lot of influence on online, whether it be Twitter or stream or anything like that, and I would go up to them, like 99% of the other people there, and say, "Hello, my name is Blue," shake their hand, tell them about what I want to do called Console Corner. 9 times out of 10, they'll forget about it. They'll forget about that entire interaction in 2 weeks afterwards. So what I did was I came in there and I completely acted like a fool so that I could imprint my name into everybody's brain. And it's been months and they have not forgotten my name. I blew a Vuvuzela horn like crazy. I became the Vuvuzela kid. They heard it on stream. If you were at home watching the streams, you could hear it. It's the Smite finals. I was doing it during the Smite finals. I was doing it during every Paladins match. I was there from the beginning in the morning when they opened the doors to the venue to when they had to close the doors at night. And I would still network with everyone, still talk to them at a normal volume, and be a normal human to them. But I had to make sure that no one would forget my name. And that wasn't for me to get big. That wasn't for me to gain the clout personally, because I don't care about that. But I need people to pay attention to me so that I can direct them towards Console Corner, so that I can direct them towards the path that I'm trying to have them go down. So if I want Console Corner to succeed, then I need to do what it takes. It's basically what it is. I mean, branding, promotion, it all goes hand in hand. So that's how it is. And then so Console Corner mainly focuses on the competitive community and the competitive scene of console Paladins. So we cover the PCS, and now it's the PCL we cover. And the PCL has gotten a lot of hype around it. And so I started to do some things with the PCL that I haven't done with PCS. So, for instance, every week after the games are finished, the players, mainly the team captains, they send me the screenshots of the match results or the stats sheets, how many kills, deaths, assists, objective time, damage, and so on. They send me those, and I input all of those stats into spreadsheets that I made for the stat sheets, and it also takes all those numbers, adds them together, so players, you can see what they did stat-wise in an individual game against a certain team in whatever week you want to look. So you can look at week 1 matches, game 2 for Onslaught, and you can see Skeppy had this many kills. He had this much damage in that game. It gives you the team totals for each game, team totals for each week, the individual totals for each week. I keep track of all the players' averages. So this person is averaging this much damage per game. How many games each person has played individually. So if a team makes a couple subs here and there, those guys aren't going to all play 8 games, for instance. Some of them have only played 6, some of them have only played 2, and so on. And then it pulls all those numbers into another big spreadsheet, which keeps track of the league leaders for every stat and average. So it kind of makes the players feel good about themselves, knowing how much they've done, knowing how much they've contributed after a period of time. I know Emmett Payne he was bragging because he hadn't died in a game for I think 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks they
right
played.
now.
What was that?
Isn't he playing tank right now, or like flex tank? Or
He's flexing, but he's mainly playing frontline for Elevate. Yeah.
okay.
So they 2-0'd their opponents in week 1 and week 2, 4 games. He had died once in all 4 of those games. So that was interesting. He had like a 38 point something KDA. It's dropped down since they lost to Oni Channers in week 3, but that's what I've been doing. And then I have a schedule that I've put together for videos that I do for Console Corner. So Mondays we do the power rankings because they stream the games on Mondays. So Monday night after the stream is over, the power rankings drop. That's where we rank the teams after each week's performance. And with the PCL, the week before goes with the week before. The whole season kind of blends together into those power rankings. Usually it's just a crap show because every month was different for PCS. Tuesdays we have the top 5 plays video on console, and that's open to anybody, whether you play in the Pro League or you do not. You can send plays in, and that's a Google Forms link. You just fill out a couple questions. What's your in-game name? What platform do you play? What console do you play on? What region are you from? And then you put your play in there, and then if it makes the top plays, it makes the top plays. Wednesdays we're planning on, or I'm planning on dropping another type of video. It's probably going to be the educational videos. We're trying to help newer players learn, help older players sharpen up on some things. So I will tell you, the first one we're doing is about the red items that you can buy in game, like cauterized bulldozer, stuff like that.
Wait, cauterize? What's that? Never heard of that.
Exactly. And then Thursdays we do the live show on my Twitch channel, which is, if you've ever watched ESPN, Pardon the Interruption,
Yeah.
Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilborn. So the show is kind of identical to that, especially the layout, because that's my favorite ESPN show of all time. I really enjoy those two guys, the way they do things. So we shoot the live show. We do the live show on Twitch, similar to that style, every Thursday. It's been on different days each week too. It depended mainly on trying to balance between having, a decent airtime for North America and Europe, because it's hard with the time zones, but we figured it out. So it's Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time right now. And then Fridays we have a podcast that we put up on YouTube every week. I record those on Wednesdays, and each week I have 2 different special guests with me. I think last week we had Apathy Ace from the Happy Battle Cats Xbox NA team, and then we also had Ball and Barry from the PS4 NA Game Over team. And those 2 are the captains for their teams. They had just gotten their first wins that week, so it was good to have them on the show. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm just putting stats in and chilling. And I still stream on my channel my gameplay for Paladins as well, mainly every night. But I will tell you, and all my viewers know this, when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out,
boy,
that is the only game I will be streaming until I beat that game, and then we're going back to Paladins.
Yo, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you on that.
I'm still doing all the stats and everything like that, but the Red Dead 2 is getting the airtime, buddy.
Oh, I'm with you 100% on that.
But yeah, that's basically Console Corner. That's what I do.
Well, guys, that's a lot. I hope you guys all heard that. This man puts in work, 24/7 grind. He's trying to get up there. He's trying to do it for himself. He's trying to do it for his community as well. Now, Blue is not a selfish man. He would not be going through everything he does if it was just for him. He loves this community, and he's trying to grow this community. So I hope all y'all give him a little bit of love. You can see his Twitter out there. I'll drop links to his YouTube and Twitch in the video description. But let's get into the meat of this podcast. If you guys can see at the top, why console and PC players are looked at different. And I brought Blue in because he's, as far as I know, you've only done console stuff when it comes to at least competitive, correct? Or have you dived into PC at all?
I mean, I've played on PC. I own a game. I built my PC for gaming and streaming only. So I've played on PC. I took a break from Paladins back in the day a little bit. It was about a two-month break, and I just played PUBG on PC only. And I haven't really done anything like, console corner or anything, or even played competitively on PC. I didn't feel I needed to. There's been a lot of people though that tell me that the PGS needs someone like me, and I said, well, you could be that person. All you need to do is just stop being lazy, I guess. I don't know.
Exactly.
But no, nothing competitively for PC.
Okay, this is good because I've done both, and I've had a good amount of staying time in both, and I'm glad that you have one perspective, because I'm not gonna lie, for those who will read this, I'm gonna be a slight bit biased towards PC on this. Only side back, I'm gonna be as neutral as I can. So let's start with this. So this whole topic started off a tweet that a pro Smite player named Wilfie made. Now, this tweet was made months and months ago, but it just popped into my head because I was in a Smite rank.
What's his name?
Wilfie.
Plays on PC?
Yeah, he's for a mid for Team Rival.
Oh, okay.
The one that missed all the Krakens.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of the Smite players, and I haven't played Smite in probably like 2 years. So when I was at HRX, I was trying to watch it. It was difficult though, because I kind of had no idea. I have little to no knowledge of Smite at the moment. So,
right.
but it's easy for me to to watch something like that and to realize, okay, this is happening.
Yeah. He made a tweet, and this was based off of another tweet or a meme that a console Smite player made. It was like something like practicing. It was one where there's like, you're on a highway, right? And there's a sign that says, "Yo, take this exit to do something," or "Go straight to do something," right? And it basically, to sum up the tweet, it was pretty much saying they're going to goof off and just beat everyone, and nothing like matters, and they're just like trolling, right? But he made a response to that, going like, if console players cared more about winning and marketing themselves than making meme, maybe you guys wouldn't be such a joke. And that kind of got me thinking about when I was in PC, like from 2012 up until I played Paladins on console, and I was like, how much did I change? Because I always felt like a different person on here. Because when I even played Paladins on PC back in the day when I was playing competitive, I was super chill. I was like real funny. Everything was nice. But like once I went to console, it just felt like I was a different person. I was toxic. I bragged a lot. It felt like a whole different person, and I tweeted way different. Like I keep saying, everything felt so different for me. And it's not like I never was on a console before. I played competitive COD and Halo, but it's like when I was on a console that one stint for Paladins, everything felt different. I don't know. So like, first question for you: do you think that there is a disconnect or a difference between PC and console players with how they carry themselves and the way they act? In your opinion?
Yeah, there's definitely a big difference. I mean, I don't know too much about the Smite community between PC and Smite and console,
It's
but
bad.
In Paladins, just yesterday I was doing this. After I'm gonna let you in on a little secret if you didn't already know. The PCL matches are played on Saturday and Sunday in there, and streamed on Monday. So these players, if they play on Saturday, they'll release tweets that can clearly tell you what happened in the games.
Yep.
And they release them the day after after their matches, same day, so before the stream. And I'm saying, you cannot do this. You can't do that. No one's gonna watch the stream. And they're like, oh, everyone already knows. Only people in the community follow me on Twitter. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if they like that tweet, it goes on their timeline. What if their followers see that? And those people don't want to watch the stream now. The problem is, you want more money in your PCL. More money means you need more sponsorships. More sponsorships means you need more viewers. More viewers do not come if everyone already knows the results. So look at the PC players in the PPL. They don't say a word until after the stream. They don't even tweet GG until after the stream.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Smite players. Most of them, at least.
Yeah, and some of the players in PCL got yelled at last week because they were typing in the mixer chat while their games were being played. It's like, this, if I was playing in the PCL, Blue just got a triple kill, and then you see me in the mixer chat going, yeah, I'm the best, It's like, you can't do that. And I think to comment on how you think you were, how you thought you were a different person on console, it's because you are. And that can be easily explained with many factors. On PC, you're probably not going to get hate mail as much as you would on console. Okay. And the biggest factor is that you can go into game chat. This happens all the time. People come to my stream who only watch PC Paladins, and they're watching me on console. And as soon as I get into a rank draft and everyone's mics start going crazy, the person in chat who's never watched console before goes, people use game chat on console? And everyone's like, yeah, of course. We don't have a lobby chat, so we cannot type. So there's more toxicity. There's more exposure for you to become toxic. There's more exposure for you to start feeling yourself, as I would say. If you're talking trash to someone in a lobby chat on PC and then you beat them, what are they gonna do? Message your account?
No, they'll just spam type a bunch of stuff, and then you can just leave.
You just leave the lobby, never have to deal with them again. They can't message you. Console, you're talking hella trash to this kid before the game starts. Game starts, you get more kills than him, you get less deaths than him, you get more damage, or whatever it may be. You get more of the good stuff in whatever game you're playing. You're going to send that man a message. Or they're going to send you a message. Then it starts the whole drama chain. The ego plane has left the runway, either for one of you or both of you. So, just look at YouTube. There's videos all over YouTube where people are trolling each other in game chat. One person's talking about someone's mother. The other one's going to kill that person, blah, blah, blah. That's all console. Maybe there's one or two PC ones thrown in there, but that's all console. On PC, a lot of people say they don't have a ton of friends who just start out playing PC. But you start out playing console, you can add people left and right. And another reason, I agree. Okay, PC is master race, Sifn.
Thank you.
That's true. That's true. I'm not going to lie about that. Okay? You guys can, not you guys. I have a PC too, and I did exactly what I'm about to say. You can build your own rig. Part by part, piece by piece. Mm-hmm. Exactly to what you want, to your specifications, everything. You go to the store to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation 4, boom. You pick up a box, you pay for it, you walk out the door. You get what comes in that box.
Can't upgrade it either. It's just what you got is what you got. Exactly.
But I feel that console gets more shit talked because the mass media portrays video games in the wrong way to the general public. Did you see last week? Did you see the ESPN? Did you see the ESPN cover?
No. Was it on Twitter? Can I see it on Twitter or anything?
Yeah, you can see it on Twitter. I think it's ESPN or ESPN Mag.
Yeah,
it's the one that Ninja.
Oh, of course, Ninja's on the cover.
Ninja's on the cover.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Did you pull up the cover?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
What's the first thing you notice about that cover?
Why does he just look so smug?
It's not even that. I don't care about his look. He's a smug person after, all of this. He tries to remain humble, but it's hard. And I understand.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remain humble when I'm DJing, okay? But here's the thing that jumped out at me on that cover. Ninja played console gaming competitively, correct?
Yes.
That's how he got his first entry to stardom.
With Halo back in the day.
Exactly. He played Halo. What system is Halo on?
Competitively, it's on console only.
But on which console?
Xbox. Yeah, Xbox.
It's on Xbox. Now, what does he do now? He streams and plays competitively Fortnite, PUBG, Battle Royales on PC. Why is the picture with Ninja there, why is it decorated with the button symbols of a PlayStation?
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Why is triangle, X, square, and circle on that page? He never played PS4. Maybe he has, in his own time.
Not in a marketable sense, he hasn't.
But he plays PC now. He streams PC now, and he was once competitively a pro on Halo on Xbox. The mass media portrays video games poorly to the general public. And the general public understands this. One time I saw someone who was a diehard PC gamer in a political argument, about politics with someone on Twitter. That person, for one of their comebacks, said, put down the controller, because his bio said he was a gamer. Put down the controller and live real life. He said, what controller? I play on PC. Right there. Why did that person say controller when they thought of video games? Poorly, mass media portrayal to that person means video games is a controller. Better example. If I'm a child, okay, in today, early 2000s, and before that, not so much anymore because we're starting to become the adults and we're starting to become the parents.
Right.
A child goes up to their parent. Mommy, Daddy, I want video games for Christmas. I want video games for my birthday. What is that parent going to think of? They're going to go to Walmart. They're going to go to Target. They're going to go to GameStop. And what is going to be promoted to them? What is going to be pushed for them to buy?
A console, or a PlayStation,
or a Nintendo Switch. Any of those. God. Like, I'm not going to – if – I know better. If my kid wants games, I'm buying that kid a PC. I'm going to build him a PC or her, whatever. But, my father, rest in peace, he was 74 years old. He bought me – I'm 25. So he would have been 75 this year, right? So, okay. Mm-hmm. So when he was 50, he had me. So about 60 years old, I'm 10 years old, I want video games. My father was not. He needed me to help him with his cell phone, okay? He is not about to take me to the Micro Center and pay $5,000 for me to build a PC. My father doesn't even know what Micro Center is, okay? He's going to take me to GameStop, and he bought me a GameCube. And I love the GameCube, okay?
Hey, that's a throwback.
First of all, GameCube was the greatest console ever invented, okay? You bring your friends over, 4 of you guys are getting gnarly in some Mario Kart.
Oh, hell yeah.
Exactly.
Those were the days.
But what I'm trying to say is video games are poorly promoted to the general public, especially by the mass media. That ESPN cover is totally false. It's just sickens me. And that's why console gaming gets so much crap thrown at them, because we have a bigger player base, which consists of a higher percentage of younger children.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, in my opinion. Because, what I've always seen, okay, so I'll kind of go cover everything you kind of said. I'll start
There's
back
kids
a
on
little bit.
PC, but it's a smaller percentage.
There are. But it's like because I didn't actually own a PC or good PC for the longest time, and I looked at it like this. Someone explained it perfectly. Why would you spend $1,000 on a quote unquote complicated PC when you could spend $400 and have a perfectly working console? And it's like,
You don't have to install anything.
No.
You don't have to download anything. You download the game, you play the game.
It's right there, and like I said, it's cheaper. Obviously, you got to pay money per month, but
Yeah.
that's only $60. Once you buy it, boom, you don't got to do anything. You don't have to install. You don't have to optimize. You don't have to.
And your parents are gonna love it because they can put privacy, like parental guide settings on
Right.
there. They can watch Netflix in the living room when it's time for you to go to bed. They can watch Hulu. I mean, it's incredible. You can get the sports packages on PlayStation now.
Yeah. Well, but let me ask you this: do you think just looking at it at face value? Which do you think, console or PC, is more marketable? As like, hey, get your kid this, just more marketable. As I think PC should be more marketable because PCs or whatever computers are everywhere. Like you go to work, like no matter where you go, there is a PC there. So I would figure, okay, you probably would need a PC if you want a game, right? Because PCs everywhere. I feel like that would be in people's heads. But
Okay.
consoles are seem like a quick fix. What is your opinion? Which one's more marketable?
More marketable, it's definitely consoles
Why so?
by hundreds of thousands of miles. If it were a race, here's why. PCs are everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean people know shit about building a PC or even knowing who to go to or what to ask them for. Here's why. People want things fast and easy
Correct.
and small. Okay? Phones are getting bigger, but the technology inside them is getting smaller. People want fast food. Why? Because it's fast. You don't have to cook. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do any of that. If I walk into a store, I want to walk out with something in 10 minutes. I can do that with a console. I can't do that with a PC. I gotta sit there and go, okay, I want that piece, not that one. I want that hard drive. I don't want that one. I don't want that. When I bought my PlayStation 4, I went on the internet, PlayStation.com, bought a PlayStation under 5 minutes. It was sent to my house 2 days later.
But to that same point, aren't there? There's plenty of pre-built PCs, so couldn't you do the same thing for a PC?
You can, but here's the reason why that is not more marketable. Because if you are getting a pre-built PC, there are tons of options with different parts in each one with different specifications. With the PlayStation 4, I'm just picking if I want a slim one, a fat one, the Spider-Man colored one, the Darth Vader colored one, or a regular
Darth
black
Vader one's
one.
pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
I have the Darth Vader one. I bought the Star Wars Battlefront 1 bundle when it came out. Yeah. And I bought it for like $600. Came with a game, came with a cool looking PS4, came with a cool looking controller. It was sent to my house. I came home 2 days later. It was sitting on my porch. All I had to do was say, do I want the one with Darth Vader's picture on my PlayStation or the all black one? Nowadays, you just need to pick, do I want the Spider-Man looking one or the black one? Xboxes, do I want an Xbox One S or an Xbox One X? Boom, done. Sold, delivered. PC, it's like, oh, this pre-built PC comes with this hard drive, this graphics card, this processor, this one comes with this one comes with this, you know? When I was in high school, I was in a business class, and in the business class, we had to create a business plan, and then we'd have to pitch it to investors that were actual investors, but they were just being our judges because it works best because they do that for a living. And I created an idea or a business plan that blew these people out of the water because it made them realize that I was losing money at first, but then I was making money. Okay. And when I was a kid, I used to skateboard a lot. So I would go to the skate shop a lot. And I would realize as I was there most of the time, a lot of parents would come in there to buy their kids skateboards. especially younger kids. Those parents didn't know anything about skateboarding, didn't know anything about what they needed to buy for their child, anything like that. What is the good products? What are the average products? What are the bad products? What size board, what type of trucks, what type of bearings, wheels, stuff like that. So I decided to make something because when someone would come in at the skate shop I went to, there was usually only about 2 people. They don't bring in enough money to pay more than 2 employees on a shift. Okay? It doesn't make sense for them. They would lose profits. But those 2 people, if they were helping 2 new customers to the skateboarding, world, trying to buy their kids a skateboard, they would be taking up a lot of those employees' times while other people come into the store and couldn't get any face time with the employees for a while. So they'd be there for longer, even if they knew what they wanted, they knew what they needed, and they were ready to just grab it and pay for it and go. So I created something where you would walk in and there'd be a prompt, a screen. Okay, like McDonald's is doing it now. You can walk in, you can order in these screens without ordering with a real human. And you would go up to this screen and you would start building your skateboard. But it would take you by category. Okay, you need a board. Brings up all the boards that are in that store's inventory. And then it gives you a description of each type of board. This board is this long because of this. It would give you a little lesson about each one so that you can not only streamline your buying experience, your customer experience, but also learn about what you are buying so that you are not just buying something. Oh, these wheels cost $45, but these wheels cost $100. I'm just going to get the $45 ones. 3 weeks later, your wheels are broken. No, here it's these wheels are $45. This is what they're called. This is what they are good for. This is why they're $45. This is the company that makes them. And the other one is these are $100 because they do this better. They are made with better this. They are made with better that. And you learn this. And those people were like, well, if you're selling, it would cost you this much money to code this. And you're only selling it for this price. You're losing money. And I said, well, I have to come in every month and update it. You have to pay me per month. So basically, people, they're uneducated about a lot of things that they don't need to be educated about. Someone who is a garbage man, his job is to go out and be the garbage man. Someone who's a doctor, let's say you're a foot doctor. The foot doctor is not going to learn about PCs and technology and coding and all of that, or building PCs, because he's a doctor. He needs to know how to help people's feet. So if he went to the store to buy a PC and he asked someone there, oh, I'm trying to build a PC, I need help, that person's going to help them. But they're not really going to help them. Okay. They're not going to help them learn about what they're buying. Why should you buy this graphics card and not this one?
Yeah, I see what angle you're working out there. It's actually a very smarter way to look at it, because I always went to the conclusion that not all people that only have done console are idiots. I'm like, all right, people who know about PC and console, they're usually just idiots if they choose console. But the more and more I think about it while you're doing it, I can see why there are more console gamers than PC gamers. It's quick, easy, because we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. Let's kind of circle back to a point we talked about earlier, because I just want to see if we can, stretch a little bit more out of that. So
I will tell you this though.
Go
PC
ahead.
is master race when it comes to software, hardware, all of that. But I definitely think console gamers have better aim.
Well, I've had this conversation with other people. I think this is not something you can really compare. It's kind of like
you can't really compare it, but here is the best way to compare it.
Okay.
When you see PC gamers, like Daquan, he was surprised, he was astounded by that kid, I forgot his name, at the Fortnite scrimmage tournament, who was playing with a console controller, and he was dumpstering these PC players. I think PC players top tier console players are better at aiming. They're not better skill wise, maybe, but they're better at aiming because they're using joysticks with minimal like flexibility in those, and plus they're only moving their thumbs with X and Y axis. PC, you use your entire arm, and however big your mouse pad and your desk is however much space you have.
Now, what would you say to people that would bring up aim assist?
I mean, the aim settings in Paladins are pretty butt right now.
Don't. I am glad I left that game because that was an atrocity. Oh my! Aren't they changing them again? I think
they're changing them again.
You
listen. This Australian dude who played PC Paladin, played console Paladin because most of his friends were on console from Battlefield 4. He made a video. And I watched it last night. It was about half an hour long. This video is amazingly done because he actually did his homework. I could have made this video, but I was too busy with other console corner stuff, and I'm too lazy to make an aim settings video. But this guy went into Microsoft Paint, and he actually drew the scales. And he's exactly right. Video games back in the day on console were mostly third person when it came to shooters. So they incorporated this thing called turn acceleration.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need turn acceleration anymore. But video game devs keep putting it in there because it just has been there.
Oh, and don't forget motion blur, but continue.
Motion blur is not that bad because they're scaling that down now.
Okay,
but
good.
If you look at a game like Battlefield, Call of Duty, or Overwatch, it has better aim settings than Paladins right now because Paladins does not allow you to turn off aim acceleration. There's no option to turn it off. You put it at 0, it's at 0. Doesn't mean it's off. The other problem is that the aim assist does not work with the turn acceleration. Right now, we have 2 sliders. You can turn your aim assist off. So if you turn your aim assist off and you get really good at aiming, and you're a top tier console player, I feel that you could have better aim than the people on PC. There's these people who come to me with the aim assist argument can just shut up. If you watch the streams when the console teams are playing at LAN, if they're playing at HRX, they're playing at the Summer LAN, the Spring LAN, or Valencia, they're playing on PCs.
They sure do.
They're playing at the same frame rate as you. They're playing with the same graphics as you. They're playing with everything the same, except for they're using a controller and they put their aim settings in there. There's no aim assist on there. I know that for a fact because I've plugged my controller into PC and dumpstered some kids on there. And those kids are still using Drogos, Victor, any type of character in that game. They're using them. Damba. There's tons of good Dambas on console. But the aim assist is not the problem.
Real quick, Destronite in the chat says there's still aim assist at LAN. Since you've been there, can you confirm? Because I know he's been the boost, but he said I've played at LAN. Destronite, you have coached at LAN. You will never play at I'm joking. But Destronite says there is aim assist at LAN.
There's a small portion.
It has to be minimal.
It's very minimal, and the reason why it's because for the control be incorporated into the Paladins client, they have the settings where are you using a PS4 or Xbox controller, but the way that they're incorporated is because of the DS4. You have to have a DS4 open in order for the controllers to communicate with the game on PC. So the DS4 adds a minimal amount of aim assist already, and that's for any game on PC. You play PUBG, it adds a little bit of aim assist with a controller. Hello?
Walking Destronite in the chat. He said he's up for scrims at LAN. I just had to move him real quick. But all right. We kind of circle back around to one of the first things we talked about. I just want to see if we can expand on, because we got about 20-ish minutes left if we want to stretch this to an hour. Ask Miracle, he would tell you I frag Destronite. The only thing you frag is some donuts. So What else do you think there's? Okay, because I know you talked about how.
Wait. Are you
What's
streaming
up?
this?
Yes, I'm streaming, and well, I was already streaming. I've actually been streaming for 9 hours,
Oh,
but
that's fine. That's fine.
but I'm
I
also
I
recording.
forgot your Twitch name.
Well, I switched it. It's twitch.tv slash siphon me. I put the ME in there because I didn't know you could put underscores, and siphon was taken. I don't know by who.
Oh, Siphon me.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I'm pretty sure that my old Twitter account is still permabanned, so I can't get my actual siphon there, and I'm very tilted about that as well. Destronaut, no one cares about you. Sorry, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Well, circling back to one of the first points we have, then we'll probably open the floor to some questions and then some final thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
What is the key difference if you just had to if you had to say, I identify as a PC player as this, I identify as a console player like that. What? Give me one word for a PC player that comes to your mind, and then you can expand on the word. But just what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of a PC player?
Flick shots.
Or you want to go more in depth with flick shots, or
Yeah,
is it just one word?
I mean, just flick shots in general. It's they're more impressive on PC. I mean, look at Mutu the
Oh,
way
let me do flick.
with the Andro flick shots. I mean, he hits heads while he's dashing, and the camera's just doing 180s. So I mean, when I think of PC, I think of those flick shots, just precise aiming at quick movements. So that's what I think of when I think of PC competitive gaming.
And what's the first thing when it comes to console? What do you think of?
Blue TV.
Hey, twitter.com/realbluetv. Give him a follow.
The first thing I think of when it comes to memes, I mean, everyone memes the console community. Everyone memes console pro gaming, console pro gamers, and even the pro console gamers just meme everything.
Actually, wasn't if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But what wasn't there a PC player that was throwing some shade towards you? And who was it? I think it was someone on Renegade. Was it someone on Renegades? Wasn't there? I don't want to use the term beef, but wasn't there some beef with you and a PC player that was making a joke or something of console a while ago?
Yes. There.
Do you remember his name?
Oh man, I forgot his name. He's not in the. He was like a sub for Renegade.
Stormtrooper?
Yeah, that's who. It
Bro,
was.
my boy is Stormtrooper. That's my boy. Well, also,
I think it was Stormtrooper. Yeah.
would
He
you mind
threw
breaking
like
that down?
shade at console. I don't even remember what happened, but he said something on. Oh, I remember what it was now. Okay, he was streaming, and some guy came in his chat, and I guess was just talking trash in the chat, just being overall like rude, immature, and toxic towards Stormtroopy and his viewers. And so Storm, and then I came into the channel after that, after he had banned him from chat. And he banned him from chat, and he was like, and I was like, oh, okay, he banned someone for being toxic, stuff like that. And then as I was, in there for the first 2 minutes, Stormtroopy's like, Paladins guruing this game. He's like, oh, you play on Xbox, automatically no respect for
Oh
you.
no.
And I was just like, wait, what? Just because he plays on Xbox, you have no respect for him. Like you should have no respect for him because he has no respect for you, and that he's toxic and he's just being a fool in your chat right now. Like Xbox, playing on Xbox has nothing to do with it. And he just kept talking trash about console. So I said some things in the stream, and then he got mad. So then I went on Twitter and I tagged him in a tweet, and I said, listen, I have no respect for Stormtroopy. And I clipped when he said he had no respect because the guy played Xbox, and put that in the tweet. And he deleted the clip. He deleted the entire VOD from his past stream. And then he started like talking trash to me on Twitter, and I kept responding, and then he stopped. And then he like just blocked me. And then the guy who owns the Renegades org hit me up and was like, hey, I'm the owner of Renegades. Like, what's up with Stormtroopy? And like I told him what happened. and he was like, yeah, he's kind of a loose cannon.
He
and
is.
I guess he took care of him because Storm like apologized to me, and I was like, dude, I don't like, you don't need to apologize to me, bro. You just need to like realize what you're saying. Like, that guy playing on Xbox had nothing to do with how toxic he was in your chat. And then, yeah, well, all I gotta say is I'm still doing console corner stuff. And where's Stormtroopy?
Playing Heroes of the Storm in 2018.
Oh, well, cool. He doesn't need to aim in that game. And then there, speaking of PC players who throw shade at console players, there's one more who does it, and it's Cybate. Destro knows about this.
Oh,
Cybate.
Sive? Don't tell me Sive was beaming y'all. Please don't tell me my boy Sive.
No, he at HRX, he just made a tweet, Destro, like that, and it's this. He says he laughs at console. He will never take it seriously. He cannot see it being an esport.
Oh, yeah, I think I've
that.
seen that actually. Hold on.
Yeah, well, Destro and I had the same thing to respond to Cyb for. I think Destro said it on Twitter. I said it to Cyb in person. I even said it in Italian, so he would clearly understand what I was saying. And it's like he badmouthed, and Destro was like, well, I don't know about your finals, buddy, because I had to walk out on that trash. You know, they got 4-0'd by Navi in the finals, but yet it was a 6-game set in the console finals with a more hyper crowd. You guys,
those console finals were hype.
You guys were put on the main stage in the Smite fucking room, and you guys couldn't even get half of them to yell. So it's like, and plus you're trash at the game side. No offense.
Yikes.
You guys run solo tank, and when the other team forces you to run duo tank, you have to prioritize Ruckus because you're a bot. So, I mean, that's why they lost. He has a poor attitude, and he's bad at the game. I don't like telling people they're bad at the game, but whatever.
Yeah, I understand that.
We're both born in the same country, so I can do that to him.
All right, one final thing, then we'll open it up to more... We'll close with some final thoughts. So okay. I remember several instances where I think Shu would remember this conversation. There was there was someone on PC in the PC community. He wasn't a pro player. I don't think I can get this tweet because it was on my old Twitter account. They were, talking about how, console people are this, console people are that. They're lazy. They don't do nothing. And this is also after I switched back to PC. And I was looking at it, I was like, I used to be one of those people like Cyb and like Storm before I switched. And I was like, bro, these console people are trash. Because I remember specifically in Smite, there was this item called Shifter Shield. I don't know if you remember. You said you played a little bit. Do you remember Shifter Shield?
What did it look like?
It's like orange and brown.
Yeah. It was like a...
power protections and
it looked like a shield, but like a circle kind of ball thing, right?
Yeah. So once this item got nerfed going into season 2, PC players completely dropped the item. We was like, it's trash because mathematically it was way lower in power level, but console players were still buying it and defending that they were still buying it because and they were like, oh, it gives you this. We're like, okay. Here's statistically why this item is better or why this item is not bad, but they would just defend to their heart's content. Now these were probably just edge case people. This is probably not what the majority of Smite players thought, even though they were still building it. But they just didn't defend it in this way. The person I was talking to was not listening to reason, right? So I was like, oh, these console people are always behind. They constantly just cry to high res. They're toxic. They don't care about anything except being goofballs on Twitter. And then I eventually became one of those goofballs on Twitter, but we ain't gonna talk about that part.
yeah.
But let's say I myself was like that, but it took me actually being inside the community to, get a little bit of insight. Now, I don't remember that many stories from when I was on console that I could bring up that would be relevant to this conversation. But do you have any of those same thoughts? Or is it completely different? Like, console players behind, they don't care, they take it as a joke, like, because at least when it comes to high risk games, there's not that much to be invested into. Now, if you're in COD and Halo, even though those games are kind of on the downslope, there's still plenty to be invested into. But high risk games, Smite and Paladins, there's not much to really do when it comes to making a name for yourself. So, first part of the question, do you agree that? Well, I shouldn't say because I don't agree with it. I don't think of it anymore. Do you think that console players have like a terrible mindset just when it comes to competitive gaming as a whole? I know we talked about it earlier, but I just want you to kind of touch up on it again or add any new thoughts to it.
In Paladins, yes, a lot of them do. The top tier players, a lot of them don't. A lot of them, they want to win. Look at Kirsty's Hands right now. They do their fair share of memeing. They do their jokes on Twitter. But you can tell that team really cares about winning.
That's Kev's team, right?
Yes, Kev Falcon.
I think I did their logo.
Yeah, so you can tell that they really put a lot of time. They work in it as well, and they try hard to win. And then you look at teams like Elevate right now. They lost to Oni Channers in week 3, and I think it was Whoosh. I'm not sure. I can't remember. One of them put out a tweet that said, like, we actually don't deserve to win right now.
I seen that tweet.
We don't grind the game. We get on for scrims for an hour or two a day, and then we go and do other things. And it's like they're not taking the game seriously right now. Some of the bottom tier teams, like the teams that don't make it into the PCL, they don't take it as seriously as someone who's in the PCL.
A quick side question about that. So people who are not in the PCL, is there actually anything for them to do? Is there tournaments, or they just kind of sit on their hands until like next qualifiers? Like, what's happening right now if you're not an actual PCL player?
If you're not in the PCL, then you're sitting on your hands, basically. A lot of people are building teams and practicing right now because it's good for that. You have about 8 weeks of practice, roughly. There's 6 weeks in the regular season of the PCL, but then there's the downtime in between the end of the season and HRX. And then after HRX, there's been no announcement about anything, but we're assuming that there's going to be another PCL for the next LAN.
It would have to be.
So people are trying to grind for that. We don't know if it'll be the same amount of teams per division or if there'll be more teams. I think with the amount of teams we have now, it's less opportunity, but more consistency. And with more teams, there'll be less consistency, but more opportunity.
Shoot, I remember that first week. I was on a team with Destiny. He's in the chat. He can attest to that 12. I remember the first week for the Valencia qualifiers. I'm pretty. You said you was in the Valencia qualifiers, right?
Yeah, but I didn't play week 1. I hadn't gotten into it.
And we're talking about the first one. That it was. And they were Ambition, and they turned into.
Strictly Business.
Strictly Business, yeah. But we're talking about those Valencia qualifiers. Using those, correct?
Yeah, I played on Affinity on PS4 and A.
Okay. Destiny, I can remember. There were close, if not more, 80 Xbox NA teams come for that first week of competition. And then the second week went to maybe like 40 or 60, but we had a large number of players, and it was exciting.
Tell you the exact number.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Bro, it was so exciting. There were people posting power-up gifts on Twitter. This community was like, we were ready, man. We were ready because we thought Paladins was going to turn into something.
Console War week 1 Xbox, right? So this thing starts on 23 to 85. So
yeah, it had to have been like 80-something teams, I think.
It's 63 teams.
Okay, I don't know where I got it from. 60, but that's still a lot. And you compare that to HRX right after the HRX qualifiers, I know EUNA barely got like 4 teams, 5 teams maybe, and I know NA we were struggling too. It's just like I've never seen that on the PC side of things. Well, because I guess we've always had somewhat of avenues to compete. But do you think console players have a bad mindset when it comes to gaming? Because like it feels like everyone just give up. Because I know I gave up when they weren't announcing stuff.
They definitely give up, man. That was a huge part of the conversation when only one team is allowed to go to LAN. To me, in my mindset, I have always believed that I am the greatest person I will ever meet myself. Because when I go to sleep at night, who's got my back more than anyone else is myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to, it's not being cocky. It's just being confident and loving yourself. No one is going to protect you more than you can protect yourself. No one's going to love you more than you can love yourself. No one's going to ever do anything. Look at people who aren't in relationships. Who's going to love them? Love yourself, dude. So I believe that I am the greatest at anything I put my mind to. And if I lose, I'm going to do whatever it takes to not lose again. So if only one team makes land, I'm not settling for second place. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people, when the aim settings suck, people leave the game.
Oh, I remember all those people that left.
When only one team makes land and you lost, people leave the game.
Mm-hmm.
When only 4 teams in your bracket make the PCL and you lost, people move on. On PC, games, I don't know how to put this because there's more games on Steam than there is on console.
Mm-hmm.
But there's less of a drive for you to play another game competitively or casually than try and grind it out on the game that you're trying to be competitive in. On console, you hold down the middle button, close app, go to a different game. I don't know what it is. It just does it. Sometimes I want to do it, but then I'm like, nah, dude, I'm gonna play Paladin. I don't know. People, they just give up too easily. They don't want to put in the work. Some people quit the game because they have actual things to do, like they have a job. I know a couple guys that were on my past teams. One of them was making like $100 a day just boosting kids in Destiny 2. So I'm just like, all right, man, you're making more money doing that than trying to, win at Paladins. So whatever. The other kid is trying to finish his last year of college and start his career. The other kid is about to go to college and he got a full-time job to help his parents. So, I mean, real life things get in the way, but at the same time, some people just give up. They have no drive. They have no ambition. No nothing.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on all that. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do a final thought. So anything that you kind of want to say about broadly about the topic that we had, you can say that. Then we'll open up to some questions, and then we'll be done.
You guys were called CC Boom?
Oh, don't bring up CC. Okay, so we were CC Boom.
You guys had Hill Time and Flavor Fear.
Okay, so, and by the way, you know Flashpoint, right?
Who's I Made Maeve and I Sell Hope?
I Sell Hope, a joke. I Made Maeve One Trick, who we had play Ruckus. So a quick little story about CC Boom.
Bring them back. Bring those guys back.
We were actually going to get picked up by Flashpoint. You know, the team that won LAN, like that.
Yeah, the
that
org. Yeah.
We were actually going to get picked up by them going into week 3 of the PCS quals. What PCS? God dang it, Valencia quals. Like I said, it was me. So, quick story about me for those who don't know about how I kind of got in the console. So, I started out with Smite ever since it was literally available to the public in closed alpha. Then, I remember one time I got bored. I don't know what I was doing, but I seen Kret playing this game called Paladins, for those who know Kret. And I got a beta key from, I don't remember who I got the beta key from, or alpha key, sorry.
Are we doing origin stories of how we got into Paladin?
Yeah, because Destro asked a question in chat. When are you coming back to Xbox? And then you talked about CC Boom. It brought back a little part of me, man.
A little nostalgia.
Yeah, guys, I do miss those early days. Yo,
I was playing Overwatch. Man. I played Overwatch.
Oh, you cut out a little bit.
I was playing Overwatch for like 12 hours a day back then, right? And I'd like to think I was good. I mean, I was really good soldier, but I guess it's like saying you're good with Victor, I guess. But
yeah, understandable.
But I was really good, and I would win games playing soldier. And then when other kids would play fucking DPS and I'd tank. I would win a lot of games tanking, and that's what I did in Paladins. I was a tank main. But I was playing with my friend, and the servers cut out for like no reason at like 8 a.m. And I'm like, fuck, dude, there's nothing to do today, man. I want to play video games all day. What am I going to do? My friend was like, well, while we wait for the servers, we can play Paladins. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, it's like the poor man's Overwatch. And I'm like,
that was the best meme back in the day.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to download that thing, man. And he was like, it's free and it's like 2 gigs. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I downloaded it. It took me about 5 minutes. And then we started playing it, and he was like, yeah, this character's like this character from Overwatch. And I'm like, he literally just has a hook. How's he like Roadhog?
Oh God, oh my God. Please don't bring that up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So then I started playing that game, and he was like, oh, the servers are back up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go eat. I lied to him. I left the party chat, and I just kept playing Paladins. And I'm like, yo, this game is dope, dude. Like, this game, I got to build loadouts. I got to use my brain. Yo, what is cauterize, bro?
Yeah, people still don't know.
I knew right away. I was like, oh, that's a fucking given. I'm like, Def Hands? Pfft, what do I need to reload for? I'm just going to kill everybody, bro. But, yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the game right then and there, and I kept playing. And then they advertised the console wars in the main menu of the game, which is how I found out about playing this game competitively. I found the Discord, went into the Discord, and I went into the LFT, and Garcia found me in the looking for team. So I just want to quickly tell everyone who listens to this podcast, wherever you put it, and to everyone in chat right now, the looking for team Discord is not a joke. Okay? All of you in the community tell me how much you appreciate everything I've done and am doing. And if Garcia didn't take the LFT for serious, for real, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have started Console Corner. I wouldn't have gone to HRX. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, because I would have just gotten memed like everyone else in the LFT. Garcia found me in the LFT. I played for the team. And all the way to now, that's that. That's where I came from. The LFT is not a joke.
Yeah, that's how I found some of my older Smite teams back in the day.
Everyone just goes in there and trash talks people, new players trying to get in and stuff. But I came from there. Garcia found me in there. Garcia found Cop, too. You don't know Cop, I don't think, Sifn, but the PlayStation guys will know him. He's a really good support player. He's flexed to the tank and damage as well, but kid's a beast.
I never knew how you actually got in. I mean, I've never asked a lot of people. I mean, I know most of the people I knew in the scene. Oh, Destron knows who Cop is. Most of the people I knew came from Overwatch or Smite, and it was just kind of like, hey, we were playing this game. Oh, this game's out. Let's play this game now. So that's how most of the people I came in. But like I said, going back to like mine, like starting on PC, Destron says Cop is okay. What is your thoughts? Is he better than okay?
No, Cop is a really good support player. He's just young. That's it. And real quick to comment on what you said, most of the guys like came over, said, "Hey, I was playing this." Yeah, every single one of my Overwatch friends has now been deleted from my friends list because none of them have played Paladins for more than a day. None of them came over, nothing. So I came to Paladins by myself. I was playing by myself. I had to meet people through my stream, which at the time was like 1 or 2 viewers average. Had to meet people through the game and through the community and stuff like that, and through the LFT. That's how I met everyone. Just networking and trying to get to know people. I came over here by myself. Nobody was helping me. That's why I'm such an advocate for helping newer players, because I didn't have anybody helping me. I didn't have anybody helping me at all. Garcia like ushered me into this community. He brought me in. So stop being mean to people.
To be fair, now that I technically think about it, about what Destrant said in chat, I technically I came from the LFT as well. So like, what happened to kind of skip over my PC adventures? God, those are some dark days. Scrimming on PC back in the day. That's actually where I think I met Grapple. I'm pretty sure that's where I knew him from. And going against people like Rude, those are oh god, don't get me out. No, but so how I came, I don't know why I was on the LFT tool on Discord. I don't know why. But all I remember is Destronite was asking for a tank, and I messaged him. Actually, I can maybe even look at my Discord and find it. Destronite, if you're in chat, can you see if you can find the Discord conversation we had?
Dude, if you guys would have made LAN, you guys should have. Yeah, but listen, if you would have made LAN, you wouldn't have signed with Flashpoint. You would have just been named CC the Boom, right? And you guys all walk into the arena with that song from the Kevin James UFC.
Here comes the boom.
Yeah, dude. Here comes the boom, and you guys are walking in.
Oh, bro, that would have. I'm trying to think.
You guys are all like chubby too, like Kevin James, so you could like pull it off.
Destronite's fat. I'm okay. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Listen, you're not fat.
No, I'm fat.
Like people aren't like, yo, that's a fat dude. No, it's like you played football, so you're like big. You know what I mean? But you can fit the category of here comes the boom.
Boom. But it's like weird because like what happened like that first night I met Destro. He got me into some casual games. No one on Xbox knew me, and this is I don't know if you remember when Madman's team, it was like Weebs, Madman, Bacon 5. It was like when that team first switched from PC to Xbox.
My team tried Weebs out for like a week.
Sorry to hear that.
He's okay. He's just he's got an interesting
I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry.
Personality. I will just leave it there. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude on Twitter.
He's pretty chill.
He still needs to get his freaking Ying tattoo. What the hell's taking him so long?
Yeah. What the heck, dude? Yeah, where's that? Yo,
I told him he should just get the buck diamond, the buck crystal on his forehead. I'm like, yeah, you should do that. He's like, no, dog.
So like that first night, like I said, I don't want to say I made a name for myself on PC, but I was known in the PC scene at a time because, like I said, this was the time like when like Rue was playing. This is all like, back when Stolzy first popped in the scene. This is like way back in the day. Like this is like old Surfing Beach type days. And I came over to him. I didn't know him. I knew nobody on Xbox really. So I was just trying to be chill, right? So what I did that whole entire day just to get Destronite to like me is I played Pip, solo ulted every person I seen, and I just kept and that just became the meme that he introduced me to people by. He's like, hey, this is the guy that solo ults people as Pip. And it's all been his. What's that? What do people say? It's all been history from there, or something.
Dude, I chicken pie.
Hi, I'm chicken pie. There's nothing there on the. Yeah, I couldn't find anything Destronite. You probably have to go to the actual looking for team channel and Control F it. Maybe. But yeah, it's like just looking where I came from. And then my whole entire stint there. So we'll both do it. We'll both give our little stints and Paladins, and then we'll probably end it after that. So for me, I first teamed with Destronite. The first team I was ever on, it was me, Destronite, someone called NOV Zag. Destronite would remember. Destronite loved him. Cardio K. You made me. You didn't make anyone. You can't even make a sandwich. That's why your mom makes all your food for you. It was me, NOV Zag, Destronite, Cardio K, and then a guy called D7B. Now, Cardio K, meme. D7B, meme. NOV Zag, he left. Rip F in the chat. And then it was me and Destronite. So, Zag is the boy. I know. Zag was the man. He was super chill. And at this time, I was playing tank. I was a Makoa and Makoa and Barrack One Trip. trick. I guarantee you, I was the best, if not second best tank, period, on those 2 champions. I guarantee you.
I'm the best console player in the world, bro. Hands down.
Well, my hands are kind of like in the middle of my body, so I guess I'll put them down. So it was that. Then Zag left, and then I don't know what happened in D7B. Maybe Destin and I can say D7B was just an absolute meme, by the way. I don't know if I have a picture of him still, but Jesus Christ, what an abominate. Ego. Yeah, he had an ego. So then Cardio K knew this random guy on the ladder, or what was it called, in ranked, called Hill Time 7. And the first time we ever played with him, I think we played with him in a scrim, he was talking through a cell phone through Cardi's mic, and I thought this kid was the biggest joke ever. I was so confused. I was like, what is he seeing, this kid? But then he finally got an actual mic, and I later found out he was from Ohio. He's actually like an hour away from me, Hilltime. He lives like, one day I'm gonna go sneak up on his house and just tease bomb him or something.
Wait, Hilltime lives in Ohio too?
Yep, me, him, and Trinsic. And you.
Trinsic lives in Ohio.
Yes.
Look at the best front lines in the freaking world, dude. Me, you, Hilltime, Trinsic, it's over. Ohio produces the best front lines on Paladins.
You hear that, Destronite?
You heard it here first.
And Oregon produces, if you're not wonderful, you're pretty much awful. So like we had that team, then we got Hilltime, and then we got I Main Mave.
Wait, where does Trinsic live?
I can't leak that. Actually, I can't leak that on stream. But he lives in the middle of Ohio. If you want to look at the cities that are like towards the middle, you can probably guess, or you can ask him. He'll probably tell you because he lives in Ohio. But I don't remember the actual city.
Yeah, that's okay. That's dope though.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else that lives here.
You live in like the Dayton area, don't you?
Southern Ohio, like the southernmost city before you would get to Kentucky, to the tri-state area.
Oh man, dude, I should have like freaking snuck up on you, man. I went at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, like if you're going straight down through Ohio, right before you would get to Kentucky and West Virginia, that little tiny part. I live in that city called Portsmouth, Ohio. That's a me.
Yeah, I know. They've got some good high school athletics down. They
baseball. I mean baseball, basketball. That's about it. Oh God.
I went to Ed's. I live in Cleveland. I went to Ed's, man. So.
Oh, I know a girl named Rachel that went to Cleveland. So
she didn't go to Ed's. That's an all boys school.
Unlucky. Maybe she could have broke the mode there. But so like we had that team. Hilltime finally got a mic, came on board. He was super chilled. I don't know if this is when we started cyberbullying Destronite. Me and Hilltime bullied the hell out of Destronite. Like, you don't understand how much we bullied this guy. Maybe in a future video or future podcast, I'll go in depth. But we literally made this guy go to bed crying almost every other night.
Dude, listen, Destro does have a title no one knows about it.
Oh, well, he's about to learn if you're gonna leak it.
He's the original Xbox transfer, dude.
Oh man, why so? I mean, how so?
He came to PlayStation before anybody else from Xbox.
Oh, he did sneak on the PlayStation.
Yeah,
I remember he was scrimming with like the top team too.
I remember he was a sub in a scrim against my team for Mobtown. We beat them that game. We
I remember this. That's when I said you guys are trash. And so was his team.
We were trash. Okay, that was a big dub there, sir. We beat that fucking team 5 times in a row in scrims.
Ooh, Destiny. Looks like you lied. Looks like you're trash.
I have the screenshot.
Oh my god. Destiny. He has a screen. You better defend yourself in the chat, bro. You better defend yourself. Say your controller shut off. You better defend yourself. But I subbed for Invig several times.
Then it was Invig. Yeah, I have a screenshot. He was playing Ash. He got dumpstered.
Destiny. You better defend yourself. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, I kind of hopped from team. Then what happened? Okay. So after the Valencia qualifiers, we scrambled team. We never ended up signing with Flashpoint because we had what's it called? Flavor Fear. No, I think Flavor Fear left. Destiny, correct me if I'm wrong. If anything in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Flavor Fear left. So then we got Mikey P. I don't know if you remember him, Mikey P. We got him. We thought he was going to be the savior of the team. He was going to shot call for us because at this time, even though I knew the game very well, I wasn't very good with transferring it into words in a shooter mindset. Because mind you, I played Smite. It's a MOBA. You can take time and you can slowly, say what you want to say. But in a shooter, for the most part, you got to go. You got to keep going.
Yeah, it's more fast paced than a.
Yeah, I was never good at shooters because my mechanics and then my.
A long game in Paladins is 20 minutes. A long game in Smite.
Yo, if a game's over in 20 minutes, we're like, yo, it's over already? Dang, I didn't get to do anything. We booted him after he dashed in a 5 people as Makoa. No, that's Cardi OK that we kicked. That was a yikes. But, so then we moved on from Mikey P because he had an attitude issue.
Oh, so, yeah, I tried Mikey P out too. He does have an attitude.
So then, kind of fast forward a little bit, me and Destronite were thinking, all right, what are we going to do? So then we were like, all right, we got to remake this roster. We actually planned on kicking Hilltime, mostly because he wasn't dedicated enough. He had a bad sleep schedule, and he just seemed very irresponsible. But, he tried his hardest to, convince us, and he convinced me, and we were like, all right, but you're going to have to run tank. Because this is probably like around the first part that I started to hate the game. Mostly because of the community, because I still love the game itself, but the community took a huge toll on me, and you can probably talk about this later as well. The community kind of sucks. And so...
It's gotten better.
I hope so. So then the team, to kind of like... Fast forward a little bit, the team became Destronite, Hilltime, Riku, if you remember who Riku is, ISO Hope, and then Mikey P. But no one on the team wanted Riku, and I was kind of the one that tried to get him on the team. So that had a lot of conflict. So then Mikey P and Riku all left. So then it was me, Destronite, Hilltime, and ISO Hope. But again, I didn't really want to play. So then, I don't know how. Do you remember Rodeo Burger? It was like Kev, Mersk, Koala. Do you remember that team? Rodeo Burger? They were always like 4th in NA.
Yeah, that was Kev, Veritas, Maximus, Fluffy Koala, Cryptic, Mersk, Dr. Tism, and CEO of Enron.
Which is actually, crap, what's his name? Cryptic Mason. He's like I think he's like CEO. I think he was playing. He's also been named Arxen, Cryptic Arxen, if that rings about anyone. But Mersk left that team, and I somehow swindled him and said, "Yo," like I said, I was the captain of the team at the time, right? So I was like, "Yo, you can have my spot as tank. I can either go into a coaching role or a sub role, because like I said, I wasn't interested in playing." So we got him on the team. Then ISO Hope tried to kick Destronite. He didn't like Destronite, but we didn't really have a plan to pick up anyone else. But he tried to kick Destronite. Then some stuff happened. Then out of nowhere, SV11 left. This is going down the road a little bit. SV11 left. What were they called? Vex. Remember that freaking trash org Vex, and then whatever team they turned into afterward. He left that team and joined our team. And so the roster at this point, I even made a montage of it. It was SV11, Hilltime at DPS. Wait, F who? He did kick me? Oh, ISO Hope? Yeah, I don't like that guy. It was ISO Hope on support. Couldn't tell you why. He tried his hardest to play Maldama, bless his heart. ISO Hope on support, SV11 and Hilltime on DPS.
Was terrible too.
Yep, SV11 and Hilltime on DPS, I was a lethal DPS duo, but we had no support, so rip. And then we had Mersk and UC Golem as off tank. A lot of people if you were deep in the competitive scene, you knew who UC Golem was. But if you wasn't a competitive player, you had no idea who he was, except that he might have been a keyboarder. But we ain't gonna get into that. That's for a whole nother time. So that was our roster heading into the next set of quals. And one thing led to another. ISO Hope got kicked due to attitude issues, and he made our DPS and tanks all by veteran. And if you can put two and two together why they had to buy veteran, you can probably see why he got kicked. So then we picked up Vivi. For those, do you know Vivi by any chance?
I think isn't Vivi the kid that plays Hyper Universe now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who's supposed to like give me my Hyper Universe cram session. I'm casting that tournament on October 6th. So.
Oh, good luck with that, man.
I know shit about the game. Let's get it.
I personally even think to this day, even though he only played a short time, he is the best support to ever have touched the game. Like even over Choo Choo in his prime, over Shu, like I'm talking about over anyone that you can name. When Vivi played, he was the best support to ever touch. He made SV11 have less than like 5 deaths per game. And SV11, if he wasn't having 10 deaths per game, you would think someone else was playing because he just went in. And he played a lot of Maldamba. But at that time, this is when nobody was playing Maldamba. Like only if you were like insane or a keyboarder, you could play Maldamba. He just did mind-blowing things on support. Our team was ready to contest for the top seed in North America. But then Vivi had issues with Cryptic Arxon because we possibly going to get signed to Cryptic. This is after the LAN. And
Cryptic's a terrible org. You saved yourself there.
ISO Hope also tried to get us to sign with Vex after they did the thing to the other Vex roster, like Jordan, all them. Yeah, smart guy, by the way. But we tried. I thought we were good. We were going to get signed by Cryptic. We were also going to get signed possibly by Soar. Obviously, you know who Soar is. E
Yes.
United was interested. I had connections with E United and Panda. So we had multiple orgs that were looking to sign us. We were showing them screenshots of us beating people in scrims, even though scrims kind of don't mean nothing. But it was the only thing you can go on at that time because there was no relevant tournaments. So then we go to that. Then I quit the game for a long while because I was occupied with other stuff, and then I wanted to try to see if I can go and Smite again. Spoiler alert, Smite did not work out. So then I came back, and for people who know, crap, what was it? Fiso Fatal, the legend himself, asked me to team. The original team was me, Choo Choo, Dovahkiin, him, and someone else, I don't remember. And I was playing tank again. I don't know, I mean support on PC, I don't know why I tanked the whole entire time on console, I don't know. So that team was a thing, then people started getting kicked left and right. But then Fatal DM'd me one day and said, you know, I'm going to try out for, what team was it? Oh my gosh. It was wherever the second place team ended up being. It was Miracles. It was Miracles team it was like him, Roost, and all them. Like, whatever Miracles' original team was. It was
Did they have
team.
Galvatron?
I hope not. Galvatron was god awful. I hope. No offense to him, but bless Galvatron. Sorry, he tried, which is more I can say than other people. He actually tried to get better, but bless his heart. So then that team kind of fell apart because I don't know if I got lied to or what happened, but Asclepius ended up taking my spot because
ass clappus.
Yeah. I told Fade, I was like, alright, he's gonna go try out for different teams. Oh, Goodnight Moon. It was original Goodnight Moon. That's what it was. Thank you, Destiny.
I remember watching them play on stream. They're decent.
Yeah, so like Hope I said Hope. Fatal said he was gonna try out for that team, right? So I was like, okay, I guess I'll try out. And Dovahkiin, I think it was, messaged me. It was someone messaged me. that was on that team already and said, you want to make this team with, XX players? And I was like, yeah, these guys are kind of bad. But at the same time, I was hungry enough to compete. I had that fire under me again. I wanted to compete, right? So I said, all right, we'll scrim. I hear nothing back from them. Next thing I know, I go on Fly So Fatal's. I don't know if it was Fly So Fatal. I don't know whose stream it was, but Asclepius was playing with the exact roster I played with, but he was the support, and they're beating. I'm talking about smashing Goodnight Moon. This was right after Baldy Bunch broke up, so the Goodnight Moon was Trinsic, Choo Choo, Miracle, and GC. Who was their other DPS? I know, I forget who it is. If anyone in the chat knows who Goodnight Moon's other DPS was, please remind me. It's slipping me. 555. What's that? I don't know what that means just right. But they were beating them handily. I admit, at the time, it kind of broke me. Because the team that I was grinding for, we were going to get signed. Isaac Paladin. No, Isaac Paladins was a sub. He was not the starter. He was not the intended starter. It kind of broke me because I was like, the team I was grinding for, we were about to get signed by Apothis Esports. We were already in talks. We were going to get jerseys. All this stuff shipped to us. And I got kicked. Or I feel like I got snaked. I don't know the full extent of the details. I should ask Miracle one day. But I got snaked for all intents and purposes. And then I left a little bit again. But then he was main roster for a bit. Yeah, no one cares. Then Cold Trap, if you know Cold Trap, me and him got a roster together. It was me, him, Captain Execution, Fluffy Koala, and Darkness Awaits, who is now New Essence. It was Golem? No, it was not Golem either. It was not Golem, you fat neck. So all that happened. We turned into a half decent team, but no one had the motivation to play. It was always someone was busy one night, somebody didn't want to scrim another night, somebody was sick again. It came to the point where I had to sit in Goodnight Moon's parties when they scrim just to like keep myself from going crazy, because I'm a competitive player at my heart. I just want to win. I want to be around winning. My team didn't want to win,
of course.
So I sat in the parties, and this is how me, Miracle, and Trinsic became really good friends, because they kind of took me in. I even subbed for them a couple times, and they were just like mind blown by how good I was, and I was like, yeah, I've been saying this the whole entire time. Like there was one scrim in particular. We was against whatever Elevate whenever they're on Xbox. We clapped them in a scrim, and Miracle and Trinsic freaked out so much because I knew the exact angle. You threw a Sarasalt from the doorway on Bright Marsh to the enemy spawn to get them right in the spawn door so they couldn't touch. They were freaked out by I knew the exact angle and the exact timing for it that we won. They were like going about me on Twitter like, yo, I saw the fight's insane, all this and all this, and like I kind of got an ego from it a little bit because they were well respected in the community. I got a little bit of an ego from it. I won't lie. I didn't have an ego
exactly
trip, but
they're hyped up and they're hyping you up.
Yeah, it hyped me up a lot. So then the team I was on, we kind of broke up, and then funny story about. Then this is kind of the last part of my thing. A funny part about Fatal's team after I got kicked. So me, Fluffy, and Execution, before we actually made the formal team with Cold Trap and all that stuff, we made a pickup team, and I played DPS. I couldn't tell you why. I picked Angel the first game. I soloed Colmat on cooldown on Jaguar Falls. He was playing Bomb King. I was playing Andro. Admittedly, that's kind of a good matchup for me, but at the same time, I didn't have thumbs. I don't play DPS. I play Genos and I play Ceres. I don't really have mechanics. And then we lost though. But then on Bright Marsh, I played Eevee. I clapped the living god out of Fatal, and I have never been happier in my life than soloing Fatal on cooldown on that map. It was the only thing I cared about. I didn't care about winning at that point. I wanted to make a statement that you made the wrong decision. And the only reason they got 4th place because the top 3 teams at the time was like Goodnight Moon, whatever Elevate's old name, Erased, and whatever team in STDX. It was those 3 teams constantly top 3, and then Fatal's team just happened to be 4th because who else was going to be 4th? And Fatal got a huge ego off of that, by the way. But all I cared about was making a statement that you made the wrong decision. And the team I made with Coltrap and all them, we were a halfway decent team. We were taking maps off of STDX, Erase and all them. We never took a map off of Goodnight Moon. I'm pretty sure we got furrowed literally every time. And I was performing well. I was playing probably at the peak of my career, to be honest. Even on PC, I was getting like 150k healing every game, even in a win. I was playing insane, but my team just wasn't with it. And I'm over it now today, but at that time, I had so much hate and animosity towards my team, towards the latter half of that team. I'm kind of glad I got out when I did, because I probably would have made a bad name for myself in the community and for being very toxic and hard to work with if that team would have continued on the path and I didn't leave. Miracle kept telling me to leave the team. I'm glad I listened to him, because I was going down a very bad road with that team. And I've tried to come back one time, and the one day we scrimmed, I had a very bad ping, and it was horrible, and then I left again. And I've been happy ever after on PC since. I've had thoughts about coming back if the community got better. But right now, I'm on PC Smite, and I'm happy. So that was a long thing about me, so you guys know my origin when it comes to Paladins. To end the podcast, Blue, tell us about, what kind of got you into Paladins and your long road when it comes to competing. And then you can talk when it comes to competitive. Go ahead. Take all the time you need as well.
Overwatch servers went down, and I was fucking pissed, so I played Paladins. I saw the advertisement on the main menu for the Console Wars. Looked it up, which took me to the Paladins World website. Started watching some of the pro streams for PC, and I said, okay, I want to do this for console. Went and found the Discord link, and then I found the LFT Discord link. Posted in the LFT, I think 1 or 2 times. A couple guys hit me up. Neil Bongstrong actually was one of the first guys that hit me.
Oh, I know now.
He didn't have a team, but he wanted to build one, and I was trying to get on a team that was already established since it was about to be week 2 or week 3 of the Console Wars. So I didn't do that. I got hit up by Anime Gamerholic and Thermomega on PS4, and they were pretty decent when they played. But the team they were on had some toxic people, and I was in their party chat for a day, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not about this life. And then I got hit up by Garcia the next day, and Garcia was like, yeah, our frontline main had to quit playing because of work and stuff, and we're in the top 4 right now. We finished 3rd in the first week and 4th in the second week, and I was like, okay, cool. So I started playing with them, and they started teaching me, how to play the game, how to get better, how to play in the competitive nature, the drafting, all of that. There was no bans back then.
Oh, what a time.
I think Ruckus Barrack was the best tank duo. And I was playing Ruckus. I was playing Makoa. Those 2 tanks were like my main 2 tanks at the time. So I was kind of like the side tank role, the off tank. And Garcia would teach me as much as he could because he was a frontline main. So I was trying to learn from him and watch streams and watch PC players and, watch any videos I could find on YouTube. And I would spend hours just playing the game by myself to get better. We ended up finishing 4th in Valencia. And Invig won that. They were battling with Coastal Mayhem the whole time, Coma.
Oh, yeah.
And we would Coma made us their official scrim partner, because Coma felt at the time that we were just as good as them and Invig, and better than everyone else as well. So we were like Coma's official scrim partner. As I went on, I just kept learning about the community, kept introducing myself to other players and stuff like that. Who did we have on our team? Affinity. USA F-Man is the one who had to leave for work and stuff. There was me and Garcia. Garcia and I were the front lines. Our damages were Orange, Pop-Tarts, and Pittsburgh Fan. Pittsburgh Fan, at the time, was one of the best blasters on PlayStation. He got even better when we were playing together for the HRX qualifiers. Orange Pop-Tarts was one of the most deadliest Andros back then that I've ever seen in my life. And Andro was really good back then. A lot of people used him. But this guy was insane on him. He was insane on Shaolin too. And that impressed me at that time. So Orange Pop-Tarts was really good. But he had to leave because he's finishing school. He's trying to get a career in a competitive field. So he has to work on that and stuff. And then our support player, we had two of them. One of them was Evil Shadow, who you might have heard of. But Evil Shadow back then was kind of off and on. He responded to messages and stuff like that. And we were okay with that because we had Nina Nico. And Nina Nico at the time was 13 years old. And a lot of people would not like that, right? This kid was the number 2 pip on PS4. And this kid was an insane Damba.
And this is when Damba wasn't that good.
Yeah. This is Valencia.
Oh, if he was playing Damba back then, he was a keeper.
Bro, this guy's 13 hitting me with heels from across the map while I'm freaking shell spinning into the enemy team with 50 enemy Ying clones in the way. Okay? That was Nina Nico. So we finished 4th, and then after that, we were preparing for HRX qualifiers. And we were playing in that community tournament that's we were also doing the esports hubs.
Those were some fun tournaments, esports hubs.
Oh yeah, we were doing the 1v1s, the 2v2s, and the 3v together. Or not the 1v1s, but we would do the 2v2s and 3v3s together to keep practicing and stuff like that. And then we did the 5v5s, and we went neck and neck. We would take maps off, we'd beat them, they'd beat us, with teams like Burrito, which was Legacy's old team.
Oh, I remember that team, yeah.
We were doing the same thing with Swiper's team at the time. We were doing the same thing with Invig at the time, Mobtown, the North American Mobtown with like Gooch Mob and other Shutter and Atomic Boom. Or not Atomic Boom, but Shutter 750 and the other Shutter, and Gooch Mob and the Muffin Man and Raukyan. And we were taking maps off of other teams and stuff. And we were beating them some matches. They were beating us some matches. We were going neck and neck. And I truly believe if my team would have stayed together all the way up until now, we'd be the best team on PlayStation. We had to make some roster changes during HRX. Orange Pop-Tarts left. USA F-Man wasn't there. Pittsburgh Fan wanted to move to a sub role so that he could focus on graduating high school because he plays baseball and he wants to go to college for it. So we moved him to a sub role. He still played a good amount, though. And we brought in Enemy Over Anything and Santel. Enemy Over Anything was a good blaster, but we transitioned him into a hit scan and a frontline. Santel was a damaged main as well. And when Raukyan was a free agent, we went after Raukyan. And Raukyan was one of those duo packages where he comes with someone.
Oh, yeah. Those are famous.
And at the time, it was the Muffin Man. But at the time, I said, I don't need the Muffin Man. I've got damages that I am I'm happy with who I have on damage. I don't need the Muffin Man. I need Ralkion because Nico is leaving to play Overwatch professionally on PC.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Do you
So
know how that went, by the way?
he's still playing. They're doing pretty decent. I think their team is trying to get into the Contenders League.
Would you? Hold on. Do you know if he has the same name? Because I could look him up. You can keep talking about. I can maybe look him up.
I do not know if his name's the same.
Unlucky. No, continue though.
I'll message him here and see. He's probably sleeping now. He has school tomorrow, but he'll get back to me. Whenever.
Sleeps for the week.
He's 14.
Sleeps for the week.
So we needed a support player, and I said, okay, Ralkion would be a big step up at the time. Ralkion didn't want to come unless the Muffin Man came and was a main roster. So while I was away from my PlayStation and Discord and everything, I was just living life. It was decided upon, I was team captain though, that the best idea would be to move me to sub. Move Santel to frontline and bring in the Muffin Man and Ralkion. I didn't want to do this, so I didn't get Ralkion, I didn't get Muffin Man, and Santel wanted to leave.
Was it because of this decision, or was it like building up that he wanted to leave?
It was because of this decision. So Santel left, and we got Pittsburgh to go back into main roster. Then Santel came back because enemy talked to him, and Santel realized he was being a butthead. We finished fourth in the HRX qualifiers, and then after that, Santel and enemy kind of quit the game. Enemy has come back since then. He still plays occasionally. He was on a team, I think, for the summer and spring qualifiers. He played on pretty decent teams then. Garcia plays in the PCL, and he's been playing ever since. Nina Nico's on Overwatch on PC. He still kind of watches Console Corner and my streams and stuff like that. Pop-Tarts I have not seen since July of last year. And something about Pop-Tarts is you want to talk about grinding the game. This man grinded the game. And to add even more to it, he lived in a dorm at college, and his PlayStation was at home. He would drive an hour and 20 minutes every morning of the tournament from his dorm to his house to play the tournament. So if we had to wake up, if check-ins were at 11 a.m., he was up at like 8 a.m. driving home.
I respect that.
Just to play in the Valencia qualifiers. So big shout out to Orange Pop-Tarts. Pittsburgh fan has left the game. He still plays Destiny, but he got a job along with high school so that he can help his parents pay some bills and stuff. So that's understandable, and I hope he's doing okay. And I have no idea where USAF man is. I've had little to none to no interaction with him anyways. Garcia plays on warm-up in the PCL, and I'm doing Console Corner. And that's where we are now.
Well, I'm happy that we got to dive into a little bit of you. So, I learned a lot about you that I didn't know. Seeing like the first time I ever knew about you was because of HRX, and some people that went there that was like from I was like, who this freaking guy Blue Ball dude? He's acting weird. Like, they used some words I'm not gonna repeat on the stream, but then like I even seen a video of him like, all right, this guy's a clown, bro. But then I've slowly seen you transition to like what you're doing now and constantly grind and try to make a name for yourself. That's where I come to think you were a clown to now like I respect you, I respect your grind, and I'm glad that I got to have you on the show. So, is there any closing thoughts that you want to have? Any tips for any up and coming esports players out there? What's the last things you want to say before we head off? You can say anything you want, plugs, do whatever you want. The floor is yours.
Up and coming players in esports, whether it be the main thing you need to do, no matter what game it is get involved in your community in a positive way. You don't want to. They say first impressions are everything, and it's the same thing through video games and communities. you come into a community just being toxic, you're always going to be remembered as that toxic person. So just make sure you are nice from the get-go.
I agree with that.
And make sure you follow me on anything online: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. It's all at Real Blue TV. It's BLU.
I'll make sure to drop links and stuff.
Yeah, man. This is dope. I enjoyed talking to you, man.
Yeah, that was that's an hour and 50 minutes, brother. That time flew by.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. So
I've just been sitting here talking to you and staring at you on.
Yo, same. I'm staring at your picture.
I would have, turned my webcam on if you would have told me.
Well, I was thinking about what's like. I didn't even know I was going to turn mine on. I forgot to. I was going to make an overlay for it, but I kind of forgot because I didn't actually know I wanted to do it today. I was planning on doing it Monday or Tuesday, but I was like,
today was a good day. Today was a good day. I've been up 36 hours. I took a nap.
Dude, I've been streaming. So Friday I streamed for 12 hours. Saturday I streamed for 14. Today I'm going for 16 hours. And I'm currently so I have about 6 more hours until I hit 16. Then I have to go to sleep and then I gotta work. So that's how I'm gonna. But Mr. Blue, Mr. Ohio Blue, I appreciate you coming on the stream. Appreciate you doing this for me. This is the first time I've done a podcast type thing in months, since the old KP Thunder days when Paladins first came out. This is the first time I've done something like this. I appreciate you coming on. I know there's a lot of stuff that, new players, even veteran players can break down, a lot of insight into you in the competitive scene. All around, I'm happy with this. I'm sure people who watch this will be satisfied however they're getting it. And again, I appreciate you, man. So,
are you going to HRX?
I probably can't. See, I was going to, and I was already saving up money, but with some issues with money in real life, I can't go.
But tell Destro to drop some donos, bro. That kid's not doing anything.
I'm not partnered yet. The only thing I need to get partners is average 3 viewers. I have the followers. Actually, hold on. I'll even switch it to Actually, I have 3 followers right now. Everyone stay for like 10 hours so I can average 3 viewers. I'm gonna switch it to what's it called? Hold on.
Wait, you're trying to get affiliation?
Yeah, because that's the only way you can get like subs and crap.
All right.
Look at my.
I'm gonna teach you a little trick. You ready?
Yeah, but you're looking at my stuff though, right? While you're
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you a little trick, right? It tells you the thing is you only have to stream 12 hours a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got 166.83 hours streamed this month. 30 days.
I'm kind of addicted to listen, to give you insight.
I am too, man. I've got like millions of hours under my belt, right? But here's what's up, dude. To get affiliation, you only gotta do the minimum so that you can get your average up. Get that affiliation and then party hard, baby.
Is it so? The reason why my average is low is because I have so many hours.
Yes.
Jesus.
So if you have like 50 viewers for a week in a 4-hour stream, your average will go up. But if you stream like 30 days, 10 hours each day, and you get the same 50, the average is lower because you have more hours.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, my thing is, once I got this computer, I can run and stream Smite. So I've been able to play Smite for a while, but I wasn't able to stream, and I had to stop doing YouTube content just because my PC wasn't. It wouldn't have looked good. So once I got this PC, I was like, oh my gosh, I can stream, I can record everything. So I was like, I'm so scared. It's kind of a funny thing when I explain it to people. I'm so scared to play Smite without recording or streaming, because I just know that's the one time I'm going to do like a crazy play, and it's going to be like the best play ever, and I'll be like, yeah, I can't see it, because I do a lot of montages. And
yeah.
It's like,
I watched some of your videos.
Yeah, it's like I know the one time I don't record, I'm gonna get like a freaking Penta with insert character here, and it's gonna be like, yeah, I won't be able to show it. So like I record literally every game I play, and I also stream almost every other, almost actually literally every day the whole entire time I'm playing Smite. But that actually makes sense because yeah, saying the average of 3 viewers and what should have stuck out to me is where it says 166.83 hours streamed.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that goes against everything I've ever talked about in the music industry, because this is different. Somehow it's the opposite. So in music, you know, people want to be rappers and stuff, and they just keep going and going and going. And if you tell them they suck when they do suck, you're just a hater, right?
You
Yeah, exactly. And people are always like, never give up on your dreams. Nah, if you suck at rapping, you suck at rap. Stop. Okay. But in streaming, it's like you gotta keep doing it. You have to keep doing it because there's so much content out there. There's so many people that stream that it will take them a while to find you. And you also have to get yourself out there in social media, Twitter, Instagram, everything. No matter if you have 0 followers, I have like 7 followers on my Instagram. I still post it on there when I'm streaming because someone's going to come across that hashtag. Someone's going to find my Instagram one day. And when they do, it's ready. It's not like it's been dormant for 2 weeks because, oh, no one follows me on Instagram now. Well, why are they going to follow you if you're not uploading content? You know what I mean? If you don't document because when you brand yourself, you're not, don't try to sell someone something. Don't try to sell them to watch your stream. Just try to create an experience for them. Like Apple. Back in the day, Steve Jobs especially. Apple doesn't tell you buy this iPhone because it's better. They try to create an experience for you. You know what I mean? So like if you watch a commercial, like an old Apple commercial, it was, hey, or an old Microsoft commercial would be like, you know, do you want to listen to music on the go? Buy this MP3 player. As to where Apple would be like, hey, don't you wish you could walk around and listen to your music?
Yes.
Me too. It's like, us too. That's why we created this for you. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to do that with streaming. You have to create an experience for people. Don't try to sell them your stream. Don't be, hey guys, I'm doing this and this. Come to the stream. No, it's like, hey guys, playing some ranked. Come hang out. Come chill. Whatever. You know, you got to create an experience for them. And another thing is, I will send you this in the DM on here. This guy right here tells you exactly what I just said, basically, but he does it way better and to a longer extent. And he does YouTube videos, and he does a lot of like helping videos for Twitch streamers, whether you're a big Twitch streamer or a small Twitch streamer, and he tries to help you. He's really good. But yeah,
That's actually. I'm glad we had this like little extra conversation because I would have just kept streaming, and my number, no matter how many I would have, would technically have always gotten lower. So you said the minimum is what per month to stream? Because it says
it should tell you on there.
Oh yeah, 8. So that seems.
Oh, there you go.
very
Stream
low.
for 8 hours.
I mean, because like,
Yeah, you said that's low. It's 8 hours to get affiliate, right? In 30 days. It's 12 to get verified.
but do I have to go? Do I have to be affiliate first? Then
Yes.
is it okay?
You
Okay.
get your purple check after. Like, I'm gonna be honest. You have to average 75 viewers. So
Oof.
I'm gonna be honest, Sifn. I am very close to getting a purple check without any help from orgs.
Alright. Well, then, and that's the affiliate. I mean, that's not the affiliate. That's the
Verified.
yeah, verified.
Yeah,
Hey, brother. Hey, go ahead and get it, man. Go ahead.
I know.
Dang.
So I'm like kind of holding off on the org signing right now because if I can get that on my own,
And then even more orgs are gonna want you because they're gonna be like, yeah, this man himself can do this. And
yeah. with console. Yeah, look at that
Ex-
freaking picture, man.
Oh, are you still looking? I'm just like.
No, I was talking about the ESPN magazine.
Yeah, I didn't notice like the buttons until you pointed them out. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because like first thing I was like, okay, Ninja is like there's something up with Ninja or something. I was like, cool, but like I didn't even think to like read into like I was always looking at the words as well. I didn't think of like the picture. It's really neat. Oh, by the way,
I mean, I technically own a multimedia company because my friend is from Canada. I needed to keep him in America. That's what he does for a living. So I look at Photoshop about 2 hours a day on average. So I mean, I can look at promotional materials and just see them,
I used to
But
own a
yeah.
company. I don't own a company anymore. You really do hate to see it. So, dang, I just got a stream less, I guess. Unlucky. It just seems so weird, cause like, if you one last thing. So like, if you look at this and then look at this, you stream for 8 hours. So it's like, well, actually, I guess actually, I think I'm reading too literal into it. Like, you only have to at least, I guess this is the minimum. For some reason,
You can stream one 8-hour session a month, and you'll get 3 average viewers.
That just seems to work, cause like, so then it's like, okay, if that's how you get it, let's just say hypothetically, if that's how someone gets it, it's like, oh, I only get to see him once a month. That's kind of, if I enjoy this person, wait,
You just got to stream for 8 hours, get that 3 average. I think you only have to wait like a week, and then be like, boom.
Alright, so should I start doing that starting tomorrow, or should I wait till the end of the month? Because I don't know if this is a constant 30-day thing, or what. Because it's going to take me at least a month either way. So
It's whenever your 30-day performance is. So in 2 days, your 30-day performance starts over.
okay.
See how it says 825?
So let me make a mental note. What day, well, that'll be like what, Tuesday, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I need to start getting the streaming schedule because so now what I do, I just kind of like, hey, I'm home. I should start
have
streaming.
a stream schedule.
Well, I mean, because I think it kind of makes things more neater for you and your
It'll
audience.
help. It'll help.
Because what I do is like, am I home? Check. Am I playing Smite? Check. Hey, let's stream. Or even like when I play League and other stuff and Hearthstone. Like I play stuff besides Smite. I've even played Paladins a couple times. Worst experience ever on stream. and Overwatch too. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, it just feels draining because I feel like I'm forced to do it now because I don't want people missing possible content. By the way, look at all these games I have and I don't play half of them. Jesus Christ, man. But
that desktop, oh my goodness.
by the way, I found out like a couple months ago.
Hey, you played Deceit? I played Deceit. I deleted it.
I get decent frames on it. So like, what I found out is like if you have like the standard background for Windows, it increases your FPS by a little bit, but like when you're a gamer, especially like me, you'll take every little FPS you get. I used to have Wallpaper Engine. I don't know if you know what that is. By the way, hold on. I'm gonna do it from when, then we can have like a little extra. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. I really do appreciate it. I don't know when I'll do the next one or who I'll have, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, is what people say that are cool. But again, thank you guys. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Go follow Blue on what's it called? Twitch. See ya. Alright. Let me stop the recording real quick.